Good afternoon and welcome to our Game 3 of Midwinter Classic in Duluth, Minnesota. We're at the Deck Convention Center, downtown Duluth, and we have the CCHA Stormhawks versus the Hopkins Royals. Saved by Arik. Stormhawks get out of the zone. Goal Hopkins. Hopkins is a 1-0 lead at 13:36 left in the first period. Icy on Hopkins. We'll take a zone down in our opposite zone. CCHA goal. CCHA scores at 13:10 in the first period to tie it up 1-1. Nice goal from the defensive side. Knocked out of the zone by CCHA. That's a goal by Hopkins. Hopkins takes a 2-1 lead at 12:10 in the first period. Offsides on Hopkins. Faceoff will come out of the zone. Offsides on CCHA. So again, the faceoff will come outside the zone here. That's a goal by Hopkins. Hopkins takes a 3-1 lead at 10:45 in the first period. That's a goal by Hopkins at 9:05 in the first period. Hopkins takes a 4-1 lead. It's a goal by Hopkins. 8:01 in the first period. Hopkins takes a 5-1 lead. Goal by Hopkins. Now 6-1 with 6:30 in the first period. There we go, a goal by CCHA. I think that was Gavin with a goal, potentially an assist from Gus. So at the 6:19 mark in the first period, we have a 6-2 game. Coverage by Ark stops the play at 4:56 in the first period. Blockage by CCHA there. I think it was Ethan. And that's a goal by Hopkins. They now take a 7-1 lead, 7-2 lead, excuse me. 4:48 left in the first period. Shot goes high. And goal by Hopkins. It's now 8-2 with 4 minutes and 2 seconds left in the first period. Tanner with a face-off win. It's a goal by Hopkins. It is now 9-2 with 3:39 in the first. Offsides on CCHA. Okay, so we're going back to the neutral zone. Line change for Stormhawks. That's icing on Hopkins. Got 52 seconds left here in the first period, and the faceoff will be in our offensive zone. Got Gavin with the faceoff. Junker of the shot. And it pops out of the zone. Hopkins shot sails wide. As the end of the first period, we have the score of Hopkins 9, CCHA or CCHA 2. Shots on goal. Hopkins has 13 shots, CCHA has 3. All right, we have a fresh 15 minutes on the clock starting our second period here. We have Flynn on the face-off with Tanner at the left wing, and can't tell who's on the right wing. That's offsides on Hopkins. We'll take that face-off back outside the zone here. We have Flynn again on the face-off. Puck falls back in our zone. That's a goal by Hopkins. The 14 minute, 24-second mark. Hopkins takes a 10-2 lead. You know, Gavin on the face-off with a new line change here. That's offsides on Hopkins again. The line change for your Stormhawks. We'll have Flynn back on the face-off. And Nathan on the left wing. And Nathan gets it out of the zone. Flynn up the far boards. Ooh, just doesn't get out of the zone. Shot goes wide by Hopkins. Flynn again with the puck. There we go. Arc with the cover. We stop play at 12:01 in the second period. Get a line change for your Stormhawks. We have Gavin on the faceoff. The win. Tanner with the puck. Gets out of the zone. Gavin drops it in. Jake's fighting for the puck. Block shot by the Stormhawks. Shot by Hopkins sails wide of the puck. Goal. Another shot and goal, and they score. The 10:47 mark, Hopkins takes an 11-2 lead in the second period. The line changed again. We now have Flynn on the faceoff, Junker in the left wing, and Koski on the right wing. Offside of the Stormhawks. Not sure I believe that one, but we'll go with the refs on it. Same line for the Stormhawks here on the faceoff. That's a goal for Hopkins. It is now 12-2 in the second period. Do the same line in for the Stormhawks here. Bailing for the puck on the far boards. Hopkins knocks it back into the zone. Block shot there by CCHA. You got the zone, no. Gavin with the face-off. Saved by Arik. And CCHA knocks it out of the zone. Hopkins. There he go. Gets it back into the zone. 101. Missed shot. CCHA takes a Nathan with the puck, and they knock it back. Arik with a diving shot misses and they score. It is now 13-2 with 8:22 left in the second period. Offsides on Hopkins. Face-off again will come back out of the zone. We have Flynn on the face-off with Tanner in the left wing and I think Cullen on the right wing. Jacob knocked it out of the zone. Hopkins takes the puck back. Shot and saved by Arik. Wrap around. Loose puck. Good save. Saved by Arik. There's Gavin with a shot, but he gets knocked down. This is it wide. Stormhawks trying to keep it in the zone. Hopkins' number is trying to center, but no one's home. Shot hit off the pipe. Hard shot by Hopkins that sails over the goal. Another hard shot by Hobson that again sails over the goal. Shot off the back of the net. Flynn with the puck, taking up the far boards. Takes it out of our zone. icing. Icing on Hopkins. It will come back in the CCHA offensive zone. Get a line change here for the Stormhawks. It's 13-2 in the second period. We have 5:16 left. We now have Gavin on the faceoff. Jake, who that's offsides on the Stormhawks. Couldn't quite get out of the zone before Jake brought it back in. We'll have a face-off here again out of the zone. We have Nathan on the left wing, Gavin on the face-off, and I think it's Eddie on the right wing. Arc with the cover. We will stop the clock at 4:55 in the second period. Change over defenseman. Off on Ethan. I couldn't tell who the other defenseman was. I think shot by Hopkins sails wide. We have Eddie on the far side. Shot off the pipe. Hopkins again with the puck. Nathan, almost gets out of the zone. There we go. CCHA gets it out of the zone. Grant drops it into the zone for our offense. Gavin's trying to work some magic behind the goal, and we turn it over. Oh. And that's going to be icing again on Hopkins. That'll stop the clock at 3:41 in the second period. We'll bring the faceoff back into our offensive zone. The line change for the Stormhawks, we have Flynn on the faceoff, we have Tanner on the left wing, and I think it's Cullen on the right wing. Jake keeps it in, drops it behind the net. And it's a shot and a goal by Hopkins. At 3:18 left in the second period, Hopkins takes a 14-2 lead. That was a face-off by Flynn on Junker of the puck. It's knocked over to Flynn. Hopkins on the breakaway. D knocks it wide. Hopkins shoots and scores. It is now 15-2 with 2 minutes and 51 seconds left in the second period. Now in the line for the Stormhawks, we have Gavin in the faceoff, Junker in the left wing, Koski in the right wing. That's going to be icing on the Stormhawks. That will bring it deep into the CCHA defensive zone for the next faceoff. Gavin the faceoff. Gavin gets out of the zone. Gavin Junker taking up the ice. Shot back hops to Sales wide. Hopkins with the puck again. Junker with the puck. Junker with a shot, but off the knee pads. Flynn with a puck for the Stormhawks. Shot on goal, Sales a little bit wide. Eddie's there with getting the puck again. Tries to center it, Hopkins with the puck. And that is icing on Hopkins. It will take it back into our offensive zone. The next face-off here, we have Flynn on the face-off. Can't tell quite who else is out there. And Nathan and Eddie, I think. Nathan with a shot. Hopkins with a save. And his offsides on the Stormhawks. Going here for a neutral zone faceoff. We have Gavin in the faceoff. We have Tanner in the left wing and Cullen Reinhardt on the right wing. Our D, we have Jake and Grant, I think, out there. Oh, sorry, that's Lawler. Shot and a goal by the Stormhawks. I think that's Gavin with the goal. Nice shot by Gavin. It's now 15-3 with 21 seconds left in the second period. Gavin again with a face-off. Hopkins tries to center the puck, but no one is there. CCHA trying to clear the zone. Shot. Arc with a save. 1 second left, and that is the end of the second period. At the end of the second period, we have Hopkins with 22 shots on goal and 15 goals. We have the Stormhawks CCHA with 5 shots on goal and 3 goals. All right, welcome back to the deck. We're about to start the third period. We have a fresh 15 minutes on the clock. We have Flynn on the face-off, Koski on the right wing, Gus Junker on the left wing. Ethan and Grant, I believe, on defense. Flynn with the face-off win. Junker had it. Can't get quite out of the zone. We are offsides on the Stormhawks. Same line probably here for the Stormhawks. Battling for the puck on that far wall. Flynn knocks it back into our zone. Gus tries to go and we can't get it. It's out. That's going to be icy on Hopkins. Global face-off in our offensive zone. We have Gavin on the face-off, Eddie on the right wing. Can't tell who else is out there. Numbers covered up. Oh, it's Nathan. Eddie Pantages getting out of the zone. Tries to center the puck. Oh, just missed it for Gavin. Shot by Hopkins sails wide. Clear by CCHA, but that will be icing. Or maybe not. The leaves have been waved off. Flynn with the puck behind the net. Missed pass by Hopkins. It was all the way down the defensive zone. Hopkins races back there, gets it first. CCHA does manage to keep it in the zone. A quick note, it does look like we have a goalie change. Isaiah is now in the goal for the CCHA Stormhawks, and we get a goal by Hopkins. I think it was 10-15 in the third period. That makes it now 16-3 Hopkins. Just a quick note, we are now in running time in this third period. Flynn with a face-off, Tanner and Koski out there. Long shot by Hopkins, defenseman sails wide of the goal. Shot and goal by Hopkins, saved by Isaiah. CCHA manages to clear the zone. Flynn clears the puck again. And we have a cover by Hopkins. Flynn with a good shot there. Actually, unfortunately, hit Koski right in the back. Koski tried to get a shot off, but Hopkins covered it up. With about 8:30 left in the third period, while the face-off, we have Gavin on the face-off, Eddie on the right wing, Junker on the left wing. Saved by Isaiah. Junker with the puck, but gets stripped as he enters the offensive zone. We're back on defense. Pops it out of the zone. CCHA with the puck. Here comes Eddie. The shot. Ooh, Junker with a rebound, but it sails wide of the goal. Defenseman shot for Hopkins sails wide. Hopkins is the rebound. Another save by Eddie, or Isaiah. Another save by Isaiah. They bring it back on front and sails wide of the goal. Gavin with the puck. Up to Junker. He gets out of the zone. Junker with the puck. Shot by Junker. Oh, rebound, or saved by Hopkins, and a rebound gets it way out of the zone. And it is off now, offsides by Hopkins. Good sequence there by the Stormhawks, trying to make some action happen. We have about 6:30 or so left in the third period. We'll face off in our deep in our zone. We have Flynn on the face-off, Nathan and Cullen Reinhardt out there for the Stormhawk wings. Jay keeps it in the zone. Hopkins gets it out. So race back to our defensive side. Shot sails wide. Flynn with a puck, brings it down, tries to center it. Nobody there. Sails over the goal. Hopkins with it, bringing it back under our offensive zone. Shot sails wide. Manages to keep the puck in the zone. Flynn tries to get it out. And Hopkins loses the puck, takes it out of the zone. Trying to apply a little pressure. Hard shot by Hopkins. It sails over the goal. Offsides on the CCHA. Well, the neutral zone face-off out here. We have Gavin in the face-off. With Koski on the right wing, and there's Tanner on the left wing. Couldn't tell who that was at first. Good job by Tanner knocking into the boards. Ethan with the puck behind the goal, trying to get his hands free. Moves up to the near boards. Koski with the puck. Hopkins misses wide. And the puck falls out of our zone. Gavin there trying to get a break. Shot on goal. Ooh, bounces high. Hits the nets, and that will stop play for us. Face off deep in our offensive zone. Good hustle by Gavin there. We're going to have a new face-off with a line change. We will now have Flynn out there on the face-off, Junker in the left wing, and Eddie Pantages on the right wing. About 2:30 left in the third period. Falls all the way back, and that will be icing on Hopkins. So the face-off will come back into our offensive zone. About 2 minutes remaining in the third period. Jake Stop keeps it in our zone, fires a shot into the net. Junker with the puck. And as the puck falls out, everyone's trying to race out of the zone. And the puck flies into the Hopkins bench. That will give us a neutral zone face-off with about just under a minute and a half left in the third period. Line change again for the Stormhawks. We have Gavin on the face-off. We'll have Nathan on the left wing and Cullen Reithart on the right wing. We have Lawler and Jake on D. Cullen knocks it out of the zone. Gavin's racing after the defenseman. And a nice save by Isaiah. Point blank shot there by Hopkins. Another shot and save by Isaiah. CCHA knocks a puck out of the defensive zone for a clear, get it all the way down to our zone. As a shot and a goal by Hopkins. With about 20 seconds in the third period. And I think that will do it for the game. That is our third game of the 2026 Midwinter Classic here in Duluth. Final score, Hopkins 17, the CCHA Stormhawks 3. The CCHA Stormhawks will be back in action tomorrow at 9:30 against the Northfield Raiders. That's going to be at the Duluth Heritage Sports Center. Tune in for tomorrow's game. Thank you.